Hi there, my co-teachers. I'm Christy, your Thrifty co-teacher, and I'm here today to share with you a couple of tips on how to get your students organized this school year. So the first thing that I like to do at the beginning of the school year is assign a color to each of the subject areas I teach. I teach 3 subject areas, so I use green for writing, blue for reading, and yellow for social studies. What I have the students do on the very first day of school is to go ahead and grab their notebooks and color the edges of their notebooks, whichever colors I've assigned. So I'll tell them do one blue, one green, and one yellow. Once they've completed that, I have them take out a permanent marker, or I lend them one of mine to go ahead and write their name on the bottom edge of their notebooks. And the reason that I do that is because this way they can easily identify which is their notebooks when it's inside of the desk. Like I said, we do share desks, so the morning group puts their things on the left side while the afternoon group puts their things on the right side. Sometimes the notebook will slide over, and then they can easily identify if they're grabbing the correct notebook. Once that is completed, I give them each labels for their notebooks and matching labels for their folders. Now their folders are colored folders, and I do ask them at the beginning of the school year to bring in specific colored folders. I purchase a few extras just in case a student doesn't bring one in. I just go ahead and give it to them. These folders are usually very inexpensive at the beginning of the school year or a couple of months before school starts. Once that's done, I show them how to keep things organized in their side of the desk, telling them not to place any personal belongings in there since we do share desks and language students do come into our classroom. The next thing we do is we set up our notebooks, and I have a sample notebook here for you. I have them first use the first page to title it Table of Contents. And then after that, they skip just a couple of pages, and then they start numbering the pages of their notebooks on the outside top corners. But I don't have them number the whole notebook. I have them find the seam in the middle of the notebook, and I tell them to stop there because we do divide our notebooks in half. The first half is where we have our class notes and our foldables, and in the back is where they have their independent work. Since they're not going to need to refer back to their independent work very often, I don't have them number it, and I don't have them included inside of the table of contents. Speaking of their belongings, if they have any extra belongings, I give them each one of these pouches. I found these at an office supply store. I just ordered some new ones that are actually a lot cuter on Amazon that I'm going to have at school. I have them place any extra notebooks or pencils and any other supplies they have here so that when they run out, they can go ahead, grab theirs, and take out whatever supply they need. I place a label on here, which is very easy to take off at the end of the school year, and I reuse these once I have them all write down. The next thing that I do to help keep students organized is have them have a homework agenda. I'm very fortunate at my school that they do provide agendas for each student, but if they didn't, I would actually print one out for the students and have like a weekly homework log for them to go ahead and complete. Now, I do have a individualized homework planner that I use for students who are not developed in the executive functioning skills area yet. So I have them write down their homework, the supplies that they need here, and then once I check it off, I go ahead and I sign it at the bottom. In the back of the page, it tells them what to do at home to help them with their executive functioning skills, to go ahead and cross things out as they go accomplishing them, to make sure they put everything back in their book bag, and I have the parents go ahead and sign it. It also includes a couple of brain break suggestions there for them. And then I also have every single day, I write the expectations on the board of what they are to do once they walk in. I like to greet my students individually at the doorway. So once a few kids have already come into the class, it could get chaotic if they don't know what the expectations are. So I always have those expectations on the board. Now, to continue having them be organized throughout the school year, what I like to do is have them clean out their desks and their book bags at the end of each quarter to get rid of any of those extra papers that they forgot to send home to their parents or that they will no longer need, because there's nothing like starting off a quarter nice, fresh, and organized to get us motivated to continue to do the work. Well, I hope that these tips and ideas have been very helpful to you. Please let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you.